Do 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 do. Wow wow. Okay. Let's reset some tracking. Resetting. All right, it's been a while since I've been in here. Let me just set up all the things. Ooh, an ad break about to start, just as planned. All according to plan. We'll just enjoy the quiet for a little bit as I get everything set up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oops, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to mute that. Unmute. I think that's why I think that is why I'm not getting my notifications when a new follower or whatnot happens. Because I usually have my Twitch tab muted if I'm lurking or something. There we go. Does everything still work? I know it's been a minute since I've been in here. Actually, it's only been, oh, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We had let's see, what was that? A miscellaneous stream. A miscellaneous stream as we were wandering about doing different things. Let's see, what did we do? We checked up on all the things. Decided not to 3D model. That was the last time we were sitting at the desk here. Decided not to 3D model, and we played around in here for a bit, and then we checked out the new Unity 6 demos. Ooh. I should have opened up the demo so I could steal those shaders. That is one of the things on the to-do list, is to figure out how the, well, not shading network, what do they call it? Shader graph? Shader graph. Figure out how that works, especially since it looks pretty nifty in the new version. The new version which we are in behind me here. And I would try out to see if I would try out on stream to see if the spout stuff works. But yeah, we're not going to do that. Not on stream. If I had another computer set up, so we wouldn't have to worry about the crashes. Because whenever Unity crashes, it's usually a graphics problem due to me. Due to me somehow. And then it takes OBS with it. I don't want to do that to you all. I think one time I had 4 crashes. That was rather impressive, I think. I think so. So it looks like since since we last streamed, because we took last week off, it was a busy holiday time. So since we took last week off, we hit 100 followers on this lovely platform here. So what are we looking at for numbers? Because numbers totally matter. Well, hey, it's the last stream of the year, right? Let's review some numbers. Although I will be having a more comprehensive year in review, or my first year of streaming. January 9th is my stream anniversary. So that's pretty cool. I'm just pulling up my phone here. See, on Twitch, we have, I believe, 104 followers now. Wow. Awesome. That is awesome. I hit 100. That makes me happy. For being as niche as I am, I think that's pretty darn good for the first year. for as niche and as few hours as I stream. I'm only streaming 4 hours a week at a busy time. So 4 hours a week at a fairly busy time, at least for the US. And very niche, I would think, because I'm doing like 3D modeling and game dev type stuff. Play very few games. I started off playing a few more games, but I settled into this. I enjoy doing this and chatting with the folks who stop by while I do this. It's a lot of fun. But no, I think that's pretty good for those numbers. And what do we got? Twitter, I don't really count the numbers. I guess I could. Yeah, because I don't post on there anymore. I just post my weekly schedule on the Twitters. So you could find me on the Blue Skies. So on the Blue Skies, a few generous folk have added me to their starter packs. It's one of those cool things. It's like, here are, a bunch of different accounts that do this, but this is whatever the host of the starter pack wants. So it's like sci-fi VTubers, or one of them is like object head VTubers, I think. So I fit in that category. And then just a bunch of getting started on Blue Sky packs, and that's pretty cool. So I think I found a lot of people found me that way. So that's pretty cool. 631 folks, or at least accounts. All right, jam. Let's load up our dashboard here. That way I can see if I'm actually streaming or not. And maybe I'll check the volume this time too. Oh geez, we're gonna get a little feedback here. So how do we sound? Because it's hard for me to tell. You sound a little echoey. I sound echoey. See, that's the funny thing. I sound, to myself, I sound just fine because I do a test recording before I start stream. Just to make sure, I've got, Windows hasn't messed with my audio settings, and I've got the right things enabled in OBS. But speaking of those things, what on earth is going on? Yeah, I do not know. I sound a little echoey. Oh no. Is it my nemesis? Let's see if it's my nemesis. Nope, it is not. Not now. Definitely not now. LG. My nemesis is the Yeti, because I use a a, what is this, a Yeti caster? A Yeti Blue? I think it's a Yeti Blue. And yeah, the LG software, very hit or miss, very hit or miss. With the right filters on, it sounded pretty good. I have a very like resonating voice if I speak at full volume. So yeah, you get that podcaster feel, I guess. But after a lot of tweaking, here we are. No. Is it broadcast? Did broadcast turn itself on again? I swear I didn't have that turned on. Checking all my things. Nope. Okay, looks like we're safe. It looks like we're safe for now. It's probably something I messed with setting up the remote stream from the workshop. That would be my guess. Yeah, that would be my guess, because I did have to make a few different changes. Oh, I am in the right scene. I am in the correct scene. So, oh well. We're just gonna go ahead with it. But yeah, no, it's been a great year. This is the last day I'll be streaming for this year. And yeah, no, it's been a great year. Been a lot of fun. Learning the process, getting used to talking to people I can't. Well, I can see. I can see you. I can see your username. Sometimes I know your voice because I've popped into your streams. Building a nice little community. A nice little community. Speaking of, let's get ourselves a Discord invite link. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Let's it's silly that you have to disable streamer mode. You know, the privacy thing. You have to disable streamer mode in order to get an invite code. There we go. Paste this. We have a Discord. And then pin it. Until forever. There we go. And then somehow re-enable streamer mode. There we go. All right. So we were going to do some kit bashing. Tonight. But I got to check that audio again. Make sure my music's not too loud this time. We were going to do some kit bashing. Yeah, it just sounds really loud. Sounds really loud and tinny. At least on my phone. We'll have to get that fixed. We will have to get that fixed. Yeah, it just sounds really... Okay, yep, we need to lower that audio volume, I think. Let's see. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I bet it's something unfortunate like audio normalization or something. That would be part of the bane of my existence. There. Now if we don't hear the audio, that's fine too. Okay, let's get this party started. We are going to do some kit bashing. But first, I do want to see what is all in here. Oops. There's something way up here. Oh, that's the hangar. That is the lovely hangar. I think there was some kind of storeroom hiding here somewhere. Got a med bay, got a weird storage room, or decapsuling room. Probably a strategy room. This looks as close to a engineering bay kind of thing. Do we have the door open? We do have the door open. Can we get through the door? Unknown. Unknown. Cafeteria. This. Oh, space toilet. Hey, see, we have the floating space toilet hologram. We did find our way up here at one point because I randomly discovered these stairs. After which we unfortunately crashed through. We unfortunately crashed through the hangar and then hard crashed. I think that one was a hard crash. Yeah, we have a random engine room corridor over here. Looks like a bona fide engine room. Or a space laser? Now we've got a grabber thing here. What is that? Medical arms, it's called. They have a lot of mysterious medical-y looking stuff in this space station. It'd be cool if they came out with another sci-fi pack. Well, I mean, there is another sci-fi pack, and it is $500 for one seat. But it comes with so much stuff. This is cool, whatever this is. Prop. Engine construction. I like the miscellaneous hose just sitting there. You get some cool stuff up in the ceiling. A lot of these places don't have them in the... Ooh. You know, let's go wander over here and check this one out before we wander about. This looks like it'd be a good place to sulk in the ceiling. Welcome in, Shrill Duck. I am always rusty. Today we are VTuber Rusty and not Robot Rusty. I wonder if we can get into this area here, or if all the doors have been locked out. Oh, it looks like the door's open. Whether that means we can, you know, get to it or not, that's another story. Oh, here's the door to go open and close. Does this one actually have a an animation built in for door open and close? Because that would be nice. Let's find it. It does not. It does not, but we can raise and lower it right there. So we could easily set up an either an animation or a let's see. We could script it so that would open and close when the player walks near it or somehow interacts with it. That player being me. But for now, I just want to make sure I can walk through it because I want to see what this looks like in engine. Whoa, where are we going? I want to see what this room looks like because we are looking for stuff to kitbash. And I figured, hey, before I go open up all the other asset packs, we might as well take a look in here and see how it looks because that is part of it. Is seeing how it looks. Oops. Let's see. It's to the left of the hangar bay. To the left of the hangar bay. Okay. Okay, we got our ceilings. Ooh, did I make I changed my camera settings. I was playing with them a little bit. And I might have made them a little aggressive. You know, I think they look just fine. I switched to open the door. I wrote a script, or one of my first animation tests was, I believe it's over here. There it is. A malfunctioning door. Because literally just, oh, and there's something going on right here. I assume with the door. It shouldn't be with the door, though. Yep. It just opens and closes. That was one of my first things playing with the animation controller in Unity. Super easy. Playing with colliders and such. So having a thing trigger based on, in this case, touching. So interacting is this little portal here that we put. Man, that looks just so good. This shader just looks so good in the new engine with the new settings. I mean, it's doing a little weird anti-aliasing, right there. But this, when you touch it, boom, takes us up onto Giant Rusty's head. See, there's Giant Rusty's hand. And there's the office. And because I don't have a health bar, ta-da! Oh, we can't even zoom out enough here. We can't even zoom out enough. He who T-poses. He who T-poses. But no, this, there's something about the new Unity 6 that just look good. I am getting some color banding though. So I have to mess with the color space settings, I think. Because I am getting some odd color banding, I believe. If you look closely at my face, right up here, right about where my nose would be, the gradients are a little funky. So that could be something to do. I might need to update the post-processing. If I were to guess. We can check that right now. Lock those things up, because all my scripts still work. Ooh. Let's see, lock those up. Let's go find our post-processing. Look, I'll actually use the search function this time. Bam. Okay, some of it is definitely from post-processing, but yeah, that is just an odd error right there. Right by my lens eye and where my quote-unquote nose would be if I was a person and not a robot. It could be a, let's see, a light or shadow probe setting or light probe setting. I have not played with those yet. With the post-processing off, you can see forever because everything is in focus. So you can see right here, you can see my text logo. It's not truly a logo, but you can see the text out there and the little gremlin, the Rusty Pro Max, as he's been dubbed. Which, there he is. Oh. Now let's turn that, yeah, this is what it looks like without post-processing. So without the camera bells and whistles, this is what we look like. Still, still pretty good. Especially out here where I have a nice lighting setup. But I can see this on my monitor. Well, on one monitor. I have a bright monitor, and then I have a old, like, that thing's got to be like 14, 15 years old now. LCD monitor over to my left, which is where I'm looking at OBS. And in the OBS window, the colors are nice and warm. They look pretty smooth, but I look right ahead of me here, and there's some color banding going on here. So yes, that further leads me to believe that I need to look into the color settings. Probably don't have the bit depth set to what it should be since we upgraded the project to Unity 6, but which I am loving so far. All right, let's go find. First, let's turn the post-processing. There we go. My lovely chromatic aberration and fun lighting. All that good stuff. Oh, and we did figure out we did figure out how to get the X-ray mode back for everything. And it looks so good. Yeah, we figured that out. It was a me problem. It was definitely a me problem. My shader, oh, ha! Gee, I wonder where we're going. I wonder where this engine room place would be. I'm baffled. I'm baffled where the engine room would be. I should maybe make a note and remember where it is. Yes. Will it let us get there though? No, so that door that I was playing with before? Yep. Yep. All right, let's see if we can find that door. I just want to look at this cool room. Somewhere over here. Somewhere over here, right here, there's something blocking us. It's probably whatever this is. It is indeed whatever that was. The cage had a box collider around it. So the inside part, you can get through the hollow inside part. I've encountered that a few times on this on these demo levels, or this demo level. There we go. Okay. Let's make this big again. Okay. What have we got here? You know, maybe I did make the focus range a little too restrictive. I mean, it looks really cool here. Like, You know, I'm streaming in 1080p now. This cool engine unit, this cool engine unit right here. See how it fades into the blurriness? So maybe it is just the right amount of, focus distance. That's the term I was looking for. But yes, I wanted to look at this whole little level to see what we could glean from here. So I'm going to be working on the factory. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to be working on the factory. The Rusty Robot Factory, mind you. I'm finally going to be building out the level. You know, the factory part connected to my office. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I mean, I can't use some of these things, but look at that ceiling. Look at all that ducting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Wait a second. It is hidden. Wait, oh. Here's the second level of the ducting or whatever. Gives a nice little bit of depth. So that not everything is, 10 feet tall corridors. That's what it looks like with the lights off. Now we're showing off all the emissive textures. That's all the blue and the little colorful buttons here. They all glow in the dark. And in Unity, it's called emissive texture, or at least the emissive part of the texture. And I think that's what's providing some ambient light. Normal light, ambient light. I have it hotkeyed because I was trying to test it out. For one thing, trying to test out a horror level, which we should still have our flashlight. Yes, we do have our flashlight here. So if we go this way, maybe. we go. You know, I forget about the cool things I've been adding. I'm gonna make a note of that for my 1 year celebration. I'm gonna start jotting down, probably as I go through all the streams. I'm gonna jot down what I've done. Because I forget things, like I forget to equip my different hats. I might add a few hats today. I don't know if I'll hook them up because I found a way hi there. I found a way better method to equip them, as I was researching into how other game devs have approached the equipping or changing weapons code, and I found one that's just like, oh, you can do it that way? That makes so much sense. The TLDR on that one is you put all of your equipables or weapons, like let's say you want to swap through weapons. You make an empty game object to hold them, call it, weapons or whatever. And then you put your items in there, your other game objects. So your other, whether prefabs or what have you. So your other objects, you put them in there. So basically you're putting them all in one group. And then you put a script on the first, the group itself to just cycle through the game objects. Like, let's say you're hitting the scroll wheel to scroll through your weapons, or was it usually it's like, was it Q and E maybe to before go ahead or back one weapon. And all it does is it just increments, so it goes to the next weapon or back a weapon in the collection. So much sense. Makes so much sense. Okay. Well, we know the flashlight works. And it's got these, this cool vibe here. It'd be nice if I could disable the emissive textures, but I think what I see here is what I get for as dark as it gets. I do want to look into how to make it actually dark in Unity. It could be the shader itself too. It could be the type of shader we're using for all of the Synty assets and myself, because I am the suit, at least the body, started off as a Synty asset. Synty is the company. They make the low polygon asset packs that we'll be looking through. I wonder if it's a quality of the soft shader that they use. I don't know. Unsure. Okay. But no, this is a nice little, we got some nice vents there too. Okay. So I know what is in this whole dealio, because I've been living here. I've been living in this for maybe 8 months or so, starting up this project. It is funny because, as I've mentioned, the VTuber was supposed to be a backup, or was originally intended as a backup for the robot, the physical Rusty robot. And then I just started getting more and more into the 3D modeling of the robot, the VTuber. And then it's like, you know what? As I'm working on this, to set this up so you can use a VTuber model, at least the way you do it for like a Vroid or in VR chat style VTubers, you have to bring your model and rig into Unity, and then apply a bunch of settings and stuff. to shorten it, Clips Notes, you do a bunch of stuff, and make sure the blend shapes work and all that, and then you export it from Unity. Nope, I don't have it up in the toolbar. You export it from Unity as a VRM, a virtual or Vroid model or virtual reality model. I forget exactly. So you do that, but you have to do that all in Unity, or at least it is a way to do that. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I explore this whole Unity thing more? And here we are building our own, working on building our own levels and mischief in Unity. So that's kind of funny. That's the whole train of thought to get here. Oh, there we go. I have my character selected, so you can see all the VRM type stuff. Yeah, is it a Vroid model or a virtual reality model? I forget what it stands for, but you can see some of the stuff over here. So that's funny. So currently, if you look behind me here at my asset list, if you look at checking behind me at my assets, the ones I have imported into this project are, let's see, a portion of Polygon Office. So it's the Synty again. They're Polygon style asset packs. I have a portion of that because I have the Office location, and then the Sci-Fi Space, which I have the whole asset pack in here because that's what we started with. Well, technically, we started with the third-person controller starter pack, the how-to, the tutorial. We started with the tutorial and we just kept throwing junk on top of it. And again, here we are. Yep, and then slowly adding more and more stuff. Oh, there's my spout, my clack spout. So, let's go bring up the other Unity, which I do not have updated to Unity 6, but that's okay. Because the goal with this, is to find the assets we want, put them all into one package called a prefab. Put them all into one package, and then import that package into our main project. So I don't have to have gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of assets in our main project. In fact, here we go. Welcome to starter assets. I did import again the tutorial into this project so that I could walk around, because here we are, we're looking at it right here, and I can make the camera fly around, but that's not super fun, in my opinion. So let's see, who do I have? Where did I have them? This one? Oh, that is interesting. It saves your toolbar layout based on project. Well, sort of. That's interesting. Because my hierarchy is now over there, but not here. Regardless, we'll be looking at this window more anyways. Who has the starter assets? You. The playground. I think we can have two scenes open at once. So let's try to find this player armature. He is hiding in a post. That is unfortunate. Let's let's help our boy out here. There. Okay. Let's go see what this place looks like. Now, this will not have the lovely post-processing. The lovely post-processing we are used to. I don't want to go through what that'll go through to set up, because it's more than just enabling post-processing. So it won't look quite as good as we're used to. There we go. Why do we not have... We have to disable a camera here. Okay. We're looking through you. There we go. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Well, in fact, this model has some nice, what is that called? Rim lighting? Oh no. I'm already missing my controls grips. I'm missing them. The zooming in and out. I will have to, and locking the camera. Man, let us find this player follow camera. And get a little bit cozier here. Good enough. Hey, look, we're a robot anyways. There was something goofy about this controller, though. At least when I first tested it. Nope, now it's working just fine. Okay. When I tested this in a different level, not sure what was up. I think it was some goofy access orientation when I dropped this guy in. It gave some goofy controls. The controls were based off of world instead of local. So you'd walk, like W was north, and D was east. So even if you rotate the camera around, you'd still be walking according to those directions. Okay, now this is supposed to be rain. And there's some fog. Oh, what do we got? We got Synco. That's their nice. It's not Stinko. It's Synco for Synty. Yeah, they're in universe. They're in universe because it's a demo. This is a demo. So we got pallets of their toys. Totally legit. Folks, now we know. These are totally legit. It says so. It says so on the label there. It says so on the label. So that way we know. We know it's totally legit. Ooh, we got a forklift though. Nice, nice. One of the packs that I'm sad that I missed out on catching for free was the construction pack, because it had wheel loaders, it had a bunch of construction-y stuff, it had rubble. It's like, oh, all those things would have been great for my project, because I do want a destroyed factory with rubble and stuff. But yes, no, yeah, totally legit. This is not rain though. This looks like hail. Some very odd rain. I like the fireflies though. That's kind of the bugs in the street lamp. They flicker? Is that my mat? Oh no, it's some kind of culling problem. It flickers like that. So this warehouse is pretty cool. It is a Breaking Bad style warehouse, I do believe, based on all of this mysterious chemistry going on here. Hashtag not sponsored by Synco Toys or Breaking Bad. Let's see, they do have a second, is this one of the second level? Yes, the second level office. So, I was looking at this earlier. I keep trying to use my scroll wheel to zoom in and out. This is hilarious. I was looking at this earlier, and I have to, hold on, I have to turn that, I have to turn the rain off. That is annoying. One moment. Yeah, we have a roof, but for some reason we don't have the right collider for, the physics are going through the roof, or the special effects, I should say. They're not colliding with the roof. Oh gosh, what did I say? Rain, maybe? Rain? Yep, I'm going right through. I mean, I would assume... We're just gonna turn off the rain for now. It's a little sad that it's kind of annoying that way. There we go. Now it's not raining indoors. I mean, there is a roof. We got these nice heavy duty shop lights, warehouse lights. So I like this. I really. Hey. We there. Oh, and he has an idle animation. Why don't I have an idle animation? Huh. This is a different starter pack than I started with, because my Rusty model, unless I broke it, does not have an idle animation like this. So that either they updated it or I broke it at one point. Yeah, we've got the same jump, the same stride. This fella's a little shinier than me. But that's okay. I won't hold it against them. Oh, we've got boarded up windows. It's too clean, so I would definitely, if I were to use this asset just like as is, yeah, if I were to use this asset like as is, this not asset, this is a whole collection of assets for this warehouse. I would definitely add some destruction to it, but it'd be a good starting point just for dropping in. You know, we got some work sinks, lots of racking. We got some pallet racking, smaller racking over there. Got the lights, boarded up windows is a nice touch. This furnace boiler. Oh yeah, idle animations are easy to add. I can make it myself, or I was looking as I was looking, through all my assets for this. I do have an animation, a basic movements package that I gotten with I assume a bundle at some point, like a Unity bundle. And yeah, it has running, jumping, crouching, idle states. And I will be using some of those because I will be adding a crouching, like crouching and sitting and all those fun things. So when I interact with a chair, I want to sit in it. Because as we build this up, I'm definitely adding more interactions with the environment, aside from just, knocking the chairs over in my office or picking up potted plants and disembodied heads. But yes, we're definitely going to be adding those things. But no, I think this is a good starting point. We'll just delete, 95% of this. But one of the nice features of this is this office up here, and check it out. It even has a block of security monitor screens and katana. Look at that. He's got the ooh, what I forget big sword, little sword. I'm not even gonna try. Darn. It is. My excuse is it's been a long day. There we go. It's been a long day. It's a Monday. Yeah. Now this is a nice office stuff with that's a lot of booze, and looks like they spilled some sugar on the we have to change this to 18 plus. Looks like they spilled some sugar on the desk along with some dollars. But no, I might remove some of those as I am a slightly more family friendly in intent anyways. Knock out some of these windows. Oh no, I'm already loving this office. Except for the dirty desk. Okay, what do we got outside the warehouse? Yeah, I keep getting stuck on the stuff on the floor. Ooh, we got some razor wire walls, service truck. Backed up plumbing. Oh, the little touches they put into their asset packs. It was pretty cool. Like in the space pack, there were some Easter eggs, like the head in a jar that I'm since added to my office. The head in a jar is just Futurama style, and elsewhere, of course, classic sci-fi. You know, I'm liking this robot mannequin's shaders here. I might have to put in a, more realistic mode. I'm definitely going to have a quote unquote RTX mode, high def mode, if you will. Not the joke RTX mode where it's, the streamer's actual webcam, but yeah, something with a little more wear and tear. The digital representation of actual Rusty robot. So the robot that is being rebuilt with spare parts laying around all over the place. As opposed to Rusty in a suit here, which is the digital, the internal representation. Kind of like Tron. So the VTuber avatar is Tron, in the world, the digital world, computer world, and the robot is in the real world. Okay, I like this asset. Oh, I did not notice that. Hello, bear. He's bear. We have a bear. We have a bear. We have cool light effects coming through the windows. Are they actually lighting effects? They are. I mean, the shadow quality is set kind of low, but that's okay. That's fixable. But no, look at all this stuff. Ooh, some rubble. I noticed another place that had a lot of rubble too. So we'll go check out that one too. No, this will be a good starting point. It's kind of small, but we can work with that. We can have it's digital. It's a 3D asset. I can, space this apart, add more walls, all that fun stuff. Well, this will be a good starting point. Too much money laying around though. Way too much money. And pallets of money. And hey, at least these doors all work. Space level, I'm looking at you. Oh. Dumpster. A busted dumpster. Nice. I bet if I click on that in the editor, you'll be able to open the doors up. Cable spools. But yeah. Oh, we have more warehouses. Let's go check those out. Yep, they spilled their sand. It's a shame. Ooh. Got lights flickering on and off, maybe? I didn't see any decent, lamps in all of these asset packs. I was looking. Oh, I should use they have a search feature on their website now where you can literally type in what you're looking for and it'll tell you which asset pack it's in, which is nice. Like you want, let's say you want I don't know, a settling container. That's, I forget the markings. It doesn't have the right diamonds on the right warning diamonds, but yes. But yeah, you can type in what you're looking for and it'll tell you which asset packs have which items. And I think it shows a little thumbnail and everything. Yes, that is a good reminder for anyone watching. Till tomorrow. As Shrilduck brought up, have you looked at Fab? You might want to get the Quixel Bridge assets. You can use them in Unity and Unreal, and some of them anywhere with some conversion. And they should still be free for the rest of the month. Yes, you get I believe it's the existing Quixel library, from up to the end of the year. Yeah, so everything that's come out so far, I think. And you get that for life, which is cool. And then going forward, they're going to have some kind of other pricing plan and method to get them. No, it is huge. Yes, I claimed the library to both my Quixel Bridge account and my Fab account, because I think the Quixel one's going to be obsolete and phased out eventually. I don't know how that works exactly. I just know that it's like, you know what? Free is a good number. Right? Free is a good number. But yeah, I know there's tons of stuff in there. One of the reasons I probably won't use them for at least this project is because it go um, doesn't quite fit the vibe. You know, yes, free is a good price. Doesn't quite fit the look, right? It's hard to tell in here because this building's not lit up right. But um, look how kind of out of place this guy is. And he's not super out of place at night, but again, most of that's the lighting. He's all smooth and he's all smoothed out, nice. And he's got little shiny bits in some of the joints, whereas this level is flat and polygony. Polygonal. New edit assets. Okay, so basically, you can use Quixel Bridge as it is right now, and then the new fab, which is supposed to be pretty awesome for, well, or will be awesome for just loading your things into Unreal, especially because I think is it an Unreal kind of thing? But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be nice for Unreal. And so many. I just did a quick search, and when I loaded it up, it's like, oh yeah, look at piles of stuff I could use. Overwhelming, literally just overwhelming. But no, I definitely go in there. So one of the reasons I'm not going to grab just anything, I would have to stick to assets that fit my look. Because I am going with this kind of consistent look. Because yeah, I mean, look, this guy looks out of place next to this chunky polygon wheel, right? Because he's all nice and smooth and sleek. And what I could do is decimate the model so that he gets a low poly look. But I wouldn't. Why do that when the features are already built? Okay. Well, I'm definitely satisfied with this. I swear I've been to this location minus the minus the illicit materials. I feel like I've been to this location before in real life. uh, I worked as a courier for a while. Went to some interesting locations. Went to some. Oh, well. Wait, there's a bear rug. This poor guy got ketchup all over the bear rug. Some people. Some people. Oh, do we have a crouch? Nope. Apparently we don't have crouch with there we go. Okay, there's stuff in that warehouse too. Okay, this is all warehouses. I assume it looks slightly different in each one to show off the range of the assets. But no, it's a great starting point. Great starting point. I love the office on the second level. Oh yeah, I absolutely can shade and texture stuff to fit my project, but like what I mean by low poly is not I am purposely not smoothing. So I am purposely not smoothing things. There, we can stop that one as we bring in the other thing. Like, let's not gonna show. Are we gonna show us the polygons on this feller here? Armature mesh. No? Really? Huh. It's interesting that I'm not gonna. It's too much work to to load my shaders on it to show you what I'm trying to say. But it's the polygon count, right? So, I can show you exactly what it is. So that guy's nice and smooth, right? He's nice and smooth, and you can see that everything in here is clunkier, right? For a lack of term, it's we've got the low poly look, so we have hard edges. So you can have low poly that's smooth, and you can have low poly that is not smooth. You know, I am purposely going with a hard edge low poly look. So if we look in the X-ray, Virtual Boy mode here, see these assets like these plants right here, or myself. See, you've got, I'm not smoothing these. I am living for these hard edges. This blocky polygon look. So you can see even with the lighting here, we're going for the blocky look. Yeah, I'm not smoothing this so it's a nice rounded, rounded features here. You can obviously have low polygon and smooth features using like normal maps. But I'm not going for that look. I'm going for the intentionally chunky look. Part of it because I like the aesthetic and it's easy to work with. And it kind of sets me apart from other characters, So that's the look we're going for. And yes, I'm sure there's models out there in like Fab or whatnot. I'm going to be doing a lot of the modeling myself. So what we're doing right now is cutting down on the amount of work I have to do myself. Oops, wrong Unity. I have two Unities open right now. I want to cut down on the amount of work that I need to do myself. Like, I don't want to model all these pallet racks and what else we got in here? These pallet racks, the stairs, the doors, the roof. The girders. I don't want to model all that. No. I want to model some of the special stuff. Like, I didn't see a computer up here, but I would like to maybe model there's a security camera system here set up here. That's cool. But I would like to model some of the stuff like more personal to me. Like I'm going to put in some retro game systems, a Commodore, some fun stuff like that. Because even in my dilapidated factory, going to have an area where I've pulled electronics together and be like, here's the gaming area. Let's go walk down to the gaming area. Here's my just chatting area. This would be one heck of a just chatting area here. That looks like a good time for somebody, anyways. So yes, so I'll be using an amount of assets, and that's part of part of tonight's endeavor, is to see kind of what is available and how what's already been created to cut down on. There we go. To cut down on the busy work. I want to do the fun work, not the busy work. And for me, I did architectural visualization for a few years, and there's definitely unfun work. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be texturing things and everything. I'll definitely have to be. Well, I like how this company sets up their texture atlases, and it's different for every asset pack because these dollar bills and the Cinco toys are not going to be in the space pack. We have holograms and stuff in the space pack. So each asset pack does have its own texture atlas, but how they have it set up is pretty awesome, which is another thing that I really liked. Let's see if we can find one real quick here. We are in the warfare props. It's got to load in the textures here. So for instance, is that really a leg in a barrel? That is a leg in a barrel. That is interesting. Let's pick something fun. There we go. Toy box. Oh, flat pack. That's cool. But yeah, so we go here. Let's look at the material. Base map. Can I get to the base map from here? There we go. So here is what the texture atlas for the whole pack. They do have variations for color variations, but there, that's it. So everything you see, yeah, they do have the color variations, but like pretty much everything you see in this whole level, just call it what it is. It's a level, is here because of how they flat texture everything, and that's part of what the style I'm going for. I like now some things aren't flat textured, like these ketchup splashes. These ketchup splashes, those aren't flat textured. This is the texture. Everything else that has a color to it, like this grid floor here, I believe that's this. I could be wrong. The brick. See this brick? There it is, right there. So that's just stretched out on a big surface, and it looks fine because it has that more cartoony, flat look to it. Here are the TV screens. The TV screens that were in the office. There's your dollars. There's some other paraphernalia. I'm not seeing. They must have a different map for the emissive map for the lights and such. But yeah, that's about it. In fact, where's that license plate? This one says DEA, so there might be. Oh, there it is. There's the license plate for the car that's outside. And obviously these are asset packs for developers, game studios and whatnot to use. So they're just like, hey, here's what to get you started. If you want to use this as is, cool. Change the. Where is it? They must have a different one for the toys. Okay, there's the toys. I don't see the truck. I do not see the truck on here. The don't call us. But anyways, it's like here, just change this part right here, this 100 by 100 area on the texture. Done. I mean, I've done that for my Rusty model here too. There we go. But yeah, so it's not going for a pixely low polygon look. I'm going for a smooth, flat shaded polygon look. Because I don't know, I just like it. I like it, and it's not as much work as realistic shading. Because I've done that in the past, and it is like a rabbit hole that you go down, and further down and further down. You just need to do everything like that. Like if I drop in a realistically rendered tree right in the middle here, it's going to look so out of place. It's going to look so out of place. I might do that for fun. But you want to have everything have the same style, the same theme. Oh, that whole desktop is a it's one asset with the where they spilled the sugar. Here we go. Here's like the security things, security cameras. Yeah, so a lot of this one will come in handy. They don't really have a like factory or manufacturing set, which kind of surprised me. Oh, here we go. Here's some nice ducting. The sci-fi levels ducting looks very sci-fi, as it should, right? So, and this is like build your own, right? I could take this and literally just plop it into the scene, and it'll even stack it based on, I believe, the colliders. Maybe it does it within reason, like within a certain amount. Hey, you just drop it in. There's got to be some kind of snapping. There's got to be some kind of snapping that I could do in here. Oh, but this is gonna be so nice. Okay, do they have broken windows? Oh boy, this is gonna bring me everywhere. It's swords, prop vases. So the problem with how I'm searching is, yep, as I thought, this is all of the asset packs, not just the one. Here we go. There we go. Props. Nope. Broken tray. If we go in assets, we get all of the broken. Ooh, there we go. Busted shelves. Where's this one? Top shelf. But where are you? I guess I'm gonna have to hunt that one down. That one is definitely nice. But here we have like broken buildings and here's a broken barn. And these are gonna come in handy. If nothing else, for me to sketch out what I'm trying to do. Yes, realistic modeling is hell. It is unless you dig it. Because you do get really cool results. Well, depending on your tastes and the project and everything, of course. Broken walls, nice. Broken barrel. Okay, so let's go to a different area. We'll leave playground on. We'll get rid of the gang warfare scene here. I wonder if I'm gonna get muted just for saying that, but unload. Sure, we'll save. Okay, what are you? Ah, this one. This one I definitely wanted to try out because it is a very destructed scene. Let's just load these up. I forget what I all included. Okay, what are you? Nah, we're gonna have to do these one at a time. Okay, unload that one. Let's find our fella. Where's our fella? Okay, we are inside of a something. Let's not be inside of a something. Yeah, this one is huge. This is the warfare pack. Not a gang warfare. Warfare. Polygon War, which is, I believe, like a kind of World War II-ish. Yes. A nice fog of war. I don't really want to start out right here, though, do I? The fog of war kind of throws me off because you can't see what's all going on. Okay, some destructive buildings. Those will definitely come in handy. What's across the bridge? Ah, here we go. Here we go. I will take the destructed city over the destructed countryside. There, we'll just start on the bridge. How does that sound? Oh, did we run out of water? Or run out of water? We ran out of water. We haven't dropped any frames. That is nice. That is pleasant. Okay, let's go back to the game here. Oh, and we have to change. We have to disable the built-in camera for this level again. There we go. I would say we're somewhere in possibly fake Europe. Ooh, and with the different lighting. Like, for instance, look at this. Look at the lighting on this guy. It's gonna be tricky because I don't have my zoom commands. There we go. We got a shiny guy here. He is not, if he is low poly, he is not, the clunky low poly look. That's for sure. I was gonna try to bring my model into these, but it seemed like more trouble than it was worth. Okay, this asset right here, this pile of rubble, not super useful for me. It looks like it'd be better from far away, like if you're playing like an RTS or something. I wonder if this is one of their earlier packs, because it definitely has a different feel to it. Oh, and it's easy enough for me to, oops, it's easy enough for me to drop my model into here. Like I could swap him out with this guy. I mean, I could try that, I suppose. I wouldn't want to do my motion controlled model though, because that has extra stuff attached to it. Quite a bit of extra stuff attached to it for how it's controlled. For instance, this project, this Unity project, does not have the motion control stuff added to it. Yeah, it's just wasn't the point of this particular project. This was my, is it called asset dump? No, it's asset library. I think I renamed it from asset dump to asset library or asset lib. Because I wanted to load in all of my, a whole bunch of asset packs into here, to look around at them, and then to gather up the different props and props effects and whatnot, models, bundle up just the ones I want, and export those over to the other project. So it wouldn't be taking up, I forget how many gigs this project is. How many gigs is this project? Let's find out. Go over there. Unity, where's my asset lib? How big are you? It's smaller than I thought it would be, but it's still pretty clunky. It is only 7.3 gigabytes. But I think it's just the Synty packs. I do have some other more realistic packs that I picked up either for free or with humble bundles and stuff. You know, they don't put any of the characters in these, do they? That is something that is missing. So in their oop, dead end. In their trailers, so they're full-on demos. With the cool trailers, they show like characters all over the place and using all the fancy special effects and whatnot that they have. Whereas this is just, here are the models. Here it is set up as an example, to give you ideas. Okay, so this one's okay. It definitely has the right feel to it for what it's going for. It's probably more exciting down here by the back. Okay, let's try a different one. Okay, we're going to unload this one. And let's try this one. Here we go. Here's the Battle Royale pack. So, funny you mentioned that. I think you've been here on the robot streams too. Oh, it's vtuber Rusty. You did specifically vtuber Rusty, battery charged. No, I don't think so, because it'd be a lore accurate, right? Because this is like within the world. He wouldn't need to be. So as long as the world is powered, the digital world that I live in is powered. It wouldn't need to be powered. Or wouldn't need battery. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right. Disable the camera. Ooh, we are floating. This level, this is their Battle Royale pack. So we've just been looking at buildings, right? They also have special effects, weapons, different characters and everything in these packs. They just don't have them out and about. To finish part 2 of the question, Rusty Robot. I guess he's also not battery powered. Maybe someday. He does plug into a wall with like 3 different power sources for the different voltages. Two power sources, I think. The camera though that usually films him, you know, the where's the fake Rusty fake? So the camera that would film the actual robot, that is battery powered, because it's an older digital camera, and they don't have the you can't just plug it in with the USB-C or whatever to charge or run the camera. So I do swap out the batteries, and you can't see it there, but I do have a battery icon on the actual overlay. Where's the actual overlay? This one? There you go. So if you look, where's my cursor? If you look right here, I do have a little area masked out, and this is a duplication. I duplicated the camera feed for when I'm using the actual robot's camera. I duplicated the camera feed because in the top left corner of the feed, so off camera up here, is the little battery icon starts blinking when the battery's low on the camera. So I added that in right here as another camera source, and that amused the hell out of me when I thought of that. The robot probably won't be joining us on Wednesday's stream next week. Next week, the robot should be back with some improvements, hopefully, if I have time this weekend to work on him. He does take a lot of time. But no, currently where I'm looking to the right of my desk where the robot normally sits is there's no head. He is headless. There's a neck. There's a neck. A servo and some connections. Nope, Rusty's head is still sitting out in the workshop. Pretty much right where I left him a week and a half ago. So much to do, especially last week. Last week was something. But it's to be expected. As to be expected. Okay, turn that off. Take a drink of water. Okay, we've got this guy floating in the sky here. Let's see where he is. And move him this way a bit. Ooh, nice. Okay, there's a way to lock the camera to him. How do we... Shift F. The haze is kind of throwing me off. Okay, what have we all got in this level? There's another warehouse area. Nice. It's a little bit more vacant. This is supposed to be a battle royale map. Oh, we got a busted up airplane. Kind of cool. All right, let's just land here. Let's see what this is all about. When I first read that, I thought you meant you're going to make a steampunk car, which would also be cool. So, are you gathering up ideas for your VTuber? or for a game. 'Cause, you know, there are surprisingly few, at least I haven't seen a whole lot of them, steampunk uh, VTubers out there. I think there's surprisingly few of them. I know, I don't know. It's not quite as super trendy as it once was because everything goes in waves. You know, fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk, dieselpunk, all goes in waves. But you can do whatever you want. Okay, what have we got here? Destructed walls. Oh, a little training course kind of thing. Fun. Ah, another warehouse. All right, here we go. Now this is an empty warehouse. Jeez. This is more like a hangar. Shipping containers, though. That's kind of nice. Oh, from a distance, I thought this was a like a lawn chair. I thought this was like a lawn chair sitting off on the dock. Nice, but it's not. It's a boat. Like the getaway boat, maybe. Ooh, we got some low quality shadows turned on here, don't we? You know what? We could fix that. Let's see. We are in which one? Demo scene directional light. Soft shadows. Oh, I bet you can't set the oh, here quality. Shadowcasters 150. Let's are we gonna kill everything? Didn't do it? Huh. You think that would have that did not increase the quality like I was assuming it would. I wonder if it's because he's from a different scene. Close the stats. I wonder. Yeah, like these shadows look significantly lighter, like significantly better. But my shadows look terrible. It's still a little wonky. Anyways, directional lighting might not have the best might not have the best quality. Oh no, that definitely did something. Okay, again, demo levels. Got some pallets, warehouses. I don't know if I'll use a whole lot from this. I thought this one would have more busted up terrain. So it looks like so far, oh, we got some cinder block walls at least. So for grabbing different assets, it looks like the war pack, you know, with its broken up buildings and such, would be a good reference or good resource. And for sure, the gang warfare. This one's kind of just a big open space. But this one might come with some cool toys that are not in the level itself. So let's check out the prefabs. Okay. So this is not necessarily what we were just walking through, but this is the contents of the asset pack itself. What we would have been walking through is above my head over here. So these are the assets we can add to here. Like I could drag this and place it on top of the building or something. Okay, so we have some broken up city type buildings. And again, I don't need to look through this a super amount because anything that I want specifically, I can model myself. Time-wise, though, when will I get to it? That's a big question. Nope. We got some pieces parts. Can we make these bigger? No. The answer is no, apparently. And they have stuff for the characters. So here we go. I did see, I think in the sci-fi pack, sci-fi or the office pack, a very nicely modeled headset. You know, I prefer mine though. It's a little more busted. And a top hat. We've got a top hat right there. Right there. No, cool stuff, I guess. Oh, this is still the war pack. That's funny. That's funny. Town, war, zombies. Wait, which one is Battle Royale? Way up here. Okay. Characters. Here we go. We got some goofy attachments because Battle Royale means, you know, PUBG or Fortnite, right? There we go. Ice cream cone, leprechaun hat, cone, traffic cone. There we go. Unicorn, squid. They got some fun stuff. Oh, here's their little samurai helmet that they have on their toys in the other pack. And we got hairstyles too. So this is cool for like a customizing system. Which to mention, they do have a brand new brand new character creation kind of pack where they made it a little bit more high def for the low poly look. It looks pretty cool. But that one's a subscription, which makes sense if you're a game studio or like, you know, even an indie developer. It would make sense because that's assets you don't have to create. So you can focus on making your game, right? But you can more easily tweak everything than searching through your, you know, dozens of old packs. Not old, but you know. Okay, so I got some cool stuff, fun stuff. Effects. Oh, it's not previewing the effects. Let's find out. Let's just drop a bunch of these. Oh, geez. That one's cool. That one's super cool. That's like a mortar. Yeah, some of these are pretty huge. Dang. It's gonna be really confusing to have them all in one spot, isn't it? Explosion small. Let's start with explosion small. There we go. Fire. See, fire is kind of tricky because it looks very polygony, which is hypocritical maybe for me because I said I was going for that look. However, clunky fire just doesn't quite work right. Same thing with the clunky smoke. So that's somewhere I would actually dig into one of the the higher res packs, I think. Okay, let's see what these look like. They should all be going off at once. No, or do they only go off once? Okay, the fire. It's got a cute little look to it. Oh, and everything else apparently was not looping. which makes sense. I mean, you don't want an explosion going off unless you want it to. Let's see if we can do this. Split screen here. What was this one? Oh, that's the blood splat. What do we got next? Oh, these are the bullet casings. Right there, like you've got a machine gun going. Fun. Oh, the particle system's pretty cool. And these settings are my current settings in here are set pretty low. In fact, I don't think I have this even set to universal render. So I would have problems just dropping my vtuber in here because it's not set to the right pipeline anymore. Okay, what else did we grab for effects? Yep, lots of explosion stuff. Okay, cool. Cool. This one's crazy though. Bam. Oh, they even have like weapon crosshairs. That's pretty cool. So this would be a good pack. This and the war pack, obviously. It would be good if I wanted to add in fun weapon stuff. I mean, here we go. Yeah, you got your classic sniper rifles, rocket launchers, pistols. Yep, good fun stuff. All right. Let's try out a different one. I wonder if the dungeons one, despite seeming like it wouldn't be a good fit. I wonder if the dungeon one, I don't think I have it loaded, but. What is this one? Oh, this one's nature. And I think something's off with the shader for the grass. Because it doesn't look quite right. Oops. Let's click on a piece of grass. Grass particle system. Legacy shaders. Oh no. So the grass looks a little funky because it doesn't have the right kind of shader on it. Darn. We can work with it. This level does have a really cool area though, the swamp area. Let's see if we can go find it. First, let's find our dude. It's just fun, whoops. It's just fun kind of touring these scenes. There we go, now we can actually see it. I had the selection, goofy selection thing on. So, we are over here somewhere. Let's do the same thing where we disable the camera. And we find out where we are. Player armature. Okay, that's where we're hiding. Where the obvious camera is. Nice, you made... Oh no! Oh, I must have added the, I did. Look at that. I added the special effects from the battle royale map. I added them to the the armature, the armature's space, and not the levels. You know, the battle royale level. So you made the steampunk game. You made the grass and trees metal, so you wouldn't have to add the wind. Thematically correct then. Ah, here we go. Oh, look at, there's butterflies. There's butterfly particles. Oh, too bad that grass doesn't load in nice. Well, this is fun. Oh, I'm not splashing in the water. Oh, it is a demo after all. There's a really impressive nature demo, and I have that one. I should definitely try that out with my VTuber just to see what he looks like in the very realistic like nature biomes or something like that. You know, for low poly, this isn't too bad, is it? We get little rain effects, some cool light rays. I bet with the right tweaking, this would look really good, even though it is. It would look really neat with the right settings, like the right render and post processing settings and everything. Because, like I said, when they do their demo videos, they make them look pretty nice, especially for some of the newer ones, which I don't have. Well, if I want a tree growing up in the middle of my which I think I do want some trees growing up like in and around the factory. I might go with these trees instead of especially that one at the very end. Where was that one? Instead of the very polygonal trees. Ooh, they have a swamp too. So it was in here somewhere. Probably this big guy right here. Generic giant tree. There we go. Generic giant tree. What? They have I don't think the other pack had this. They have the level of detail set. Look at that. They have two different level of details. Although weirdly enough, it's one submesh. Interesting. I'm not sure the difference between these two. I might not be reading this correctly either, to be fair. Three submeshes. Because they have the same amount of, almost the same amount of triangles for the whole tree. Neat though. I like that tree. I like that big tree. Here's some more dead looking ones. No, that'll look nice. That'll look nice. Mental notes. But not quite what we're going for. Unload scene. No, don't save. Speaking of that, let's delete some of these particle effects. Those particle effects. Okay. What is left? City. Dungeon. Dungeon could be cool. Farm. Farm doesn't have anything that I'm looking for, sadly. Not for this, anyways. So that leaves us with town, pirates, western. How did I get all these asset packs? Humble bundle. And every now and then they put a pack up for free, or at least very discounted on their own storefront. Polygon City characters. There you go, people. But no, a couple times a year, you'll usually find a Synty asset bundle, or a bundle of bundles in an humble bundle. Not affiliated. Not affiliated or sponsored or whatever. But I have been using that website for years and years and years. For games, books, all sorts of assets, all sorts of fun stuff. You know what? Let's actually load up the office. Do they have the whole scene? They do have the whole scene. Oh, and you can add characters to the scene. That's nice. Okay, let's will that work? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right. Get rid of the main camera like always and find our dude. Where's our dude? Player armature. And let's plop you right there. And hope they don't have ceilings. They don't have ceilings. All right. If you'll notice the Prophet's sign hanging in my office, here's where I got it. Oh, neat. Oh, they don't have the ceilings are turned off apparently, or never existed. So this is a slightly disheveled office. Oh, with little particle fish or animation of fish. They must have just had the Christmas party too. I got stuff all over the place. Break room. Oh, donuts. Is that the Blender donut right there? The pink frosting. They do not model these in Blender, surprisingly. This is all done in Maya, which is kind of cool because when you get the asset packs, I don't know if it's all of them, but they do have them sometimes in Maya format, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, you get like you can download them for Unreal, set up already for Unreal, Unity, and just FBX. They might have started packaging them up for Godot also. Not entirely sure. Oh, here we go. Here's some more shelving and stuff. It looks really odd without the ceilings. Do we not have ceilings? Ceiling. There we go. Ceiling. Roof. Now let's see what it looks like. The office at night, apparently. That is a creepy office at night. What does it look like during the day? Nope, that's all the lighting we get. That's kind of odd. All right, all right. Okay, so far, so far we get what we get. Okay, should really rename these. Unload scene. Sure, we'll save this one. Okay, and I'm going to be wrapping up pretty soon here. I guess we didn't do a whole lot of kit bashing. We more or less just toured my loot. But now we know what to bring in. We're pretty much just gonna bring in the warfare pack, apparently. It has that sweet warehouse. And then we'll have to populate the warehouse, because yeah, there's a lot of assets in that pack. Town surprisingly doesn't have a whole lot of what I'm looking for. Let's see what else we got here. I just had to make sure I wasn't blocking this all for you guys. That would have been funny. It's like, look at all these things I'm talking about. Yeah. But just for fun. It's funny, they are all titled demo. Oh, did that no? That wouldn't work like that. Scenes. Demo. Ooh. I mean, if I'm looking for an alternate level to play with, we've got sci-fi. We might as well have fantasy dungeon, huh? Wow. Okay, are we in a spot that we can actually oops, no, we don't need that main camera. Are we in a spot we can move around in? There we go. This looks sweet. And again, it'd look even better with the settings cranked up. Because then this fog would look a little better too, but man. I can definitely picture this from a Diablo perspective. You know, this isometric 3/4 view. Hordes of skeletons or something. I'm really digging the the low poly look, right? I'm really digging this how they represented the rubble and misshapen rocks. They're very stylized. And I think it looks cool like this. But it would also look cool with the camera pulled way back. Something's up with this flickering though. Their LED is broken, I think. You can't see the dumb smile on my face for how cool this looks. for how much I'm enjoying just being able to walk around and, you know, like the possibilities. It's like, yes, this is not a AAA game that I'm running around in right now, but the possibilities. It could definitely make something cool out of this, which is the whole point, right? You know, these asset packs and whatnot, they are so you can bring something into, you know, you can work with it, you can build, you can smash these barrels here, get the loot inside. Man, I really want to take this one and just crank the settings way up. And they have some newer fantasy ones too. Is it like a Goblin War Camp, I want to say? They have some sweet asset packs that I have not had the chance to play with, because I don't have them. There's a post-apocalyptic one. I think it's called Apocalypse. That one definitely has some cool things. Look at that giant dandelions. And look at the, I assume, missing shader. Oh, this area looks cool. Yeah, there's a few I think there's a dark fantasy. What are some of the other ones that I don't have? Man, this is kind of a cool area. I'm gonna have to remember this for a screenshot. This is definitely gonna be Rusty's alternate level. hiding in the fungus caves or whatever. I haven't played with this pack because I wasn't doing fantasy-based stuff. That looks pretty cool. Well, let's bring up their website while we're here anyways. And then I think we'll wrap it up. Oops. Whoa, what is... No. Just take me to Synty Studios. Oh, they might be part of the Unity Unity sale stuff right now. There, I don't think I have anything. Okay, good. Oh, this is what I was talking about, the character creator. So they look a little bit more high def, but dang, that looks pretty cool. But it's a whole different thing. Okay, here we go. Newest things, the police station. Okay, this looks like the Lego police station, if I remember it correctly. The one with the expensive Lego sets. Doesn't it? I don't have that either, but it was on the someday when I, win it big is get all those old Lego sets. But anyways, got new police station thing, some cool interfaces. These were cool. This and right there. They added a whole bunch of different animations. And these go on sale. They have sales frequently too. The Goblin War Camp was pretty cool. Horror Asylum. Ancient Egypt. But this one. Oh, there's a cyberpunk one that I'm sad I don't have. Oh. You better be making a whole game out of that to afford that. But when you... Yeah, when you know what you're doing, you can make it look real good. Definitely got some Borderlands flavor going on, right? And you say that because Borderlands is like the encapsulation of everything post-apocalyptic. You just toss it all together and you get Borderlands. All right. That's cool. Let's look at one of the ones we were already looking at. Oh yeah, but the cyberpunk one looks so cool. Oh, they have these too. These look so cool. Dark fantasy. They have a mech pack, which I won't get just because I want to build it myself. Look, they even have like chibi characters. Oh, there's a military and there's a war pack. I guess there's a new one. I want the shops pack and the construction pack, which is one of the older ones. I think those would be pretty sweet. There we go, construction pack. Those would be pretty sweet. Here we go, dungeons. Oh, there's also a regular apocalypse pack. Here's the one we were in before. Here's the space one that we know and love. Oh, they also have ship stuff. Oh, yeah, look at this. With all the customized lighting and such, and they have stuff on the view screens. Yeah, it looks super cool. I have to get to this level. And to add the lighting effects and just play with everything, tweak it so it looks this good. Nope, there's the head and jar. Head and jar. I did not pay $150 for this. Like I said, the bundles. Here's the Battle Royale pack we were poking around in. In the nature pack, here we go. Let's see what that grass was supposed to look like. I think this is one of their older ones, but yeah, this is what it was supposed to look like. Oh, I guess it wasn't that far off. Oh, and you can use it way zoomed out, so it'd be like, you know, your little RPG character would be running around. Neat. So yeah, so we got to get a little bit better. Ooh, Sci-Fi City. We have to get me, has to get a little bit better to up my game. All right. Well, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Ooh, there's a nightclubs pack. I think I have the dog one, oddly enough. It came with, you know, like I said, it came with other things. Ooh. Yeah, this looks so good from a like a ready to go game experience or whatever. And a little creepy. All right, but anyways, so yeah. Oh, so that was fun. And on that note, I think I'm gonna call it a night here. Project Titan. What is Project Titan? Is Project Titan a like, is it a game, like an indie game, or is it a whole its own engine, or what is it? So I search for Project Titan. I'm sure I'll get all sorts of stuff that's not quite what we're looking for. Oh, it's a fab project. Okay, I'll have to look that up off stream. Let's see. Let's see. We are gonna go Pester Mega Mocap. 7,000 assets. I would say that is definitely a titan of a project then, huh? Dang. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot with free assets and even slightly customizing them for yourselves too. I mean, there's plenty of asset flip, you know, cash grabs games out there that are just like, okay, whatever. We've seen this before, and it's whatever. Shovelware, we used to call it, right? Or just shovel it out the door. But if you use the assets right, you can, you know, customize it, make something new, throw your own textures on it. Even like I wouldn't have those Synty boxes. You know, I wouldn't have those just sitting in my stuff, right? I would want to do something unique with it. So just change out the textures and use them and stuff. Stuff like that. But no, it's definitely like I don't want to model a cardboard box, you know, and then variations on the cardboard box. If I can just grab the assets from one of these folders here and drop them in my level, and they're already all rigged up and colliders and textures and everything ready to go. But anyways, Wednesday we're gonna play games of some sort. I haven't decided what yet, but we will.